Good afternoon. Fade to black breaking news for this Monday, February 5th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. You know what to do. You can do it with your Fade to Black T-shirts. We have 2 shirts. We have 2 ways, two ways to get them. The links are below. And right now, if you get a Game Changer membership, you will get, in addition to your autographed T-shirt and shipping, you're going to get River Moon coffee. That's right. The links are below. Get your Game Changer membership today. This week on Fade to Black, tonight on the show, Gary Jones joins us. We're going to be talking about the Penturch incident. That's right. The Penturch UFO incident. Going to be a great show tonight. Tomorrow night, Preston Dennett returns. We're going to be talking about UFOs at our drive-in theaters. He's got over 100 reported cases of UFOs visiting our drive-in theaters. Of course they do, right? Wednesday night, Dr. Thomas Vallone is with us. We're going to be talking about Tesla's electrotherapy and other new energy innovations that are going on. And Thursday night, Dr. Bruce Solheim, the ET human integration. All of that this week on Fade to Black. And yes, this weekend is the Conscious Life Expo. After the show Thursday night with Bruce, I'll be heading down to the conference. Tickets and information are below for the Conscious Life Expo going on this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and post-conference. Post-con is on Monday. All right. Yes, it's cold, it's wet, it's raining, it's flooding. All of that is going on right now in Southern California. I'm dressed. I'm drinking hot chocolate. It's cold, wet, and rainy and windy, and I'll talk about all of that in a second. But let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 2003, U.S. Secretary of State Colin Powell appeared before the United Nations Security Council to present evidence that Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction and posed an immediate danger by holding up a tiny vial of white powder of flour. Yeah, on this day in 2003. Fader fact: sea lions are the only animal on Earth that can clap to a beat. And that is your Fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. That's right. It is wet and rainy here. The intense rainfall that's been falling here in Southern California over the weekend could recede, backtrack, turn around, and then target Southern California again. It's called the windshield wiper effect. There's a chance that this atmospheric river will actually retrograde. This means the storm could move back over the same areas across Los Angeles and even Ventura counties that have been hit hard over the past 36 hours. If that happens, areas that have already been inundated by record-breaking rainfall will get thrashed again by torrential downpours without much of a break in between. Another round of heavier rain started moving into Los Angeles area this afternoon, triggering flash flooding warnings and for over 2.5 million people in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Rain is falling right now at a rate of 1/4 to 1/2 inch per hour, on top of areas that have already received up to 10 inches of rain since yesterday. It has not stopped. I'm just letting you know. It is absolutely pouring outside. This week, NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratories asked private space companies to sketch out how they would complete one of 4 different missions to the Red Planet. Those missions would include one for delivering a small payload of miniature satellites to Mars, one delivering a larger orbital spacecraft, one delivering an orbital image servicing spacecraft, and one for establishing a years long communications relay between Mars and Earth. Companies would be paid $200,000 for studying one of these missions or $300,000 for studying two of them. NASA is also leaning on private space companies to deliver payloads to the moon and develop spacecraft and other technology for an eventual human return to the lunar surface. Yes, it's the government paying contractors with tax dollars, but the increasing use of private contractors for space missions does open the door for more completely private, for-profit space flight. Florida remained, and I quote, the shark bite capital of the world in 2023, according to the Florida Museum of Natural History's International Shark Attack File, otherwise known as ISAF. The report said Florida had the most unprovoked shark bites in the world last year, with 16 cases. An unprovoked bite occurs in a shark's natural habitat with no provocation from the shark. The ISAF investigated 120 alleged shark attacks worldwide last year. Of those cases, 69 unprovoked shark bites on humans and 22 provoked shark bites were confirmed. There were 14 confirmed shark-related deaths in the world last year. The United States had more shark bite cases than anywhere else with 36. Two of the cases were fatal, with one death reported in Hawaii and one right here in California. Check this out. Connecticut will cancel roughly $650 million in medical debt for an estimated 250,000 residents this year. Governor Ned Lamont announced last Friday, saying it is the first state to provide this type of relief. The effort will liberate many residents from the cloud over their heads and give them more freedom to buy a home, start a business, or continue with their education. That's right. One down, 49 and change to go. Very soon, a robot surgeon may begin its practice in orbit. That's because on Tuesday, January 30th, scientists sent a slew of innovative experiments to the International Space Station with Northrop Grumman's Cygnus spacecraft. The 8,200 pounds of cargo arrived safely at the ISS on Thursday, February 1st. One of the experiments on board was a 2-pound robotic device, about as long as your forearm, with two controllable arms that respectively hold a grasper and a pair of scissors. Developed by a company named Virtual Incision, not making this up, this doctor robot is built to communicate with human doctors on the ground while inserting itself into an astronaut patient to conduct medical procedures with high accuracy. Check that. Now, but this is the thing about this. What about at a remote place? Right? In the mountains, Antarctica, somewhere where a doctor can't get to a patient, and we could have robotic remote surgery with precision. It's pretty interesting. I'll keep you posted on this. NASA is wrapping up the design phase of a project to develop concepts for small electricity generating nuclear fission reactors for use on the moon. The Fission Service Power Project aims to develop energy sources on the moon where each nighttime lasts around 14 and a half Earth days. NASA and the U.S. Department of Energy announced contracts to 3 companies: Lockheed Martin, of course, Westinghouse, of course, and IX It is a joint venture with Intuitive Machines and X Energy. Get it? IX for the initial phase back in 2022. NASA's next plans is to extend phase one contracts to refine the project's direction for phase two, which involves final reactor design for lunar demonstration. Open solicitation for phase two is expected to open in 2025. Wow. Russian cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko yesterday set a world record for total time spent in space, surpassing his compatriot Gennady Padalka, who logged more than 878 days in orbit. All of this just announced by Russia's space agency. At 08:30 GMT, Kononenko broke the record, Roscosmos said. Kononenko is expected to reach a total of 1,000 days in space on June 5th, and by late September, he will have logged 1,110 days when he is expected to return to Earth. And that's insane. Finally, I'll leave you with this. Descendants of illegal hippos imported to Colombia by Pablo Escobar in the 1980s have multiplied and started attacking people. Escobar's 4 pets started with one, it was a male, then he wanted a female, right? So he gets that, then he gets 2 more. So his 4 pets have multiplied into 200 strong herd. That's right. And it dominates the nation's largest river. The hippopotamuses, which spread from the kingpin's private zoo into nearby rivers where they flourished, have no natural predators in the country and have been declared an invasive species which threaten the ecosystem. Hacienda Napoles became a tourist attraction after his death in 1993. Most of the animals live freely in the rivers and reproduce without control, leading Colombia's Ministry of Environment to start sterilizing them in December. Here's the deal. It costs $10,000 to sterilize one hippo and put your life in danger. There you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, February 5th, 2024. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on Fade to Black, I want to remind everybody, Gary Jones joins us. We're going to be talking about the Penturch UFO incident. Until then, all I've got is go back, Lee Tappy.